Endings. They're what you remember long after the story's over. Whether it's the bittersweet farewell of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or the heart-wrenching conclusion of No Way Home, great endings stick with us. But here's the question. How do you end a story in a way that feels satisfying, emotional, and unforgettable? Endings are more than just the final act. They're the payoff for everything you've invested in. They're where heroes rise, choices matter, and the story leaves its mark. But wait, can a bad ending undo an otherwise great story? And that's why movies like Spider-Man and No Way Home are masterclasses in sticking the landing. So yes, endings are everything. They don't just conclude a story, they're meant to give you closure.
This is my gift, my curse.
Take Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. The ending isn't about just defeating the Green Goblin, it's about Peter embracing the responsibility of being Spider-Man. When he walks away from MJ, it's not because he doesn't love her, it's because he does. Wait, did Peter just choose heartbreak over happiness? Well, sacrifice is what makes Spider-Man the hero we all love. It solidifies Peter's arc. Being a hero means putting others first, no matter the personal cost. It's bittersweet, but it's also deeply satisfying because it's true to his character. So yes, love can definitely be a sacrifice. Now, contrast that with No Way Home. Tom Holland's Peter faces a different kind of sacrifice, erasing himself from the lives of everyone he loves. It's not just a dramatic choice, it's the culmination of his journey from a young hero relying on others to a fully independent Spider-Man. What makes these endings work is that they're emotionally earned. They don't just tie up the plot, they leave you reflecting on what the story means. And that's the secret to a great ending. It's not about closure, it's about resonance. In this video, we're breaking down how to craft endings that linger in your mind long after the credits roll. But before we jump in, if you loved our last episode on how to begin a movie, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because in the next episode, we'll talk about the most iconic lines and how to write them down. So what makes an ending truly unforgettable? It's not just about tying up loose ends or delivering a climactic fight scene. It's about creating an emotional payoff that resonates with you. Spider-Man's cinematic history gives us two incredible examples of how to do this right, each with its unique take on storytelling closure. Let's dive into Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. The final act isn't just about defeating the Green Goblin. It's a collision of personal stakes, moral dilemmas, and raw emotion. When Peter faces Norman Osborn, it's not just hero versus villain. It's Peter confronting the father of his best friend, and the man who once seemed like a mentor. Norman's final plea, "Don't tell Harry," is more than a mere plot twist. It's a moment that leaves Peter with a heartbreaking choice: protect his best friend from the truth or risk their friendship to honor it. That tension carries into the funeral scene, where Harry vows to avenge his father, setting the stage for future conflict. What makes this ending so powerful is its emotional complexity. It doesn't tie everything up in a neat bow. Instead, it leaves us with lingering questions about loyalty, sacrifice, and the cost of being a hero. Now, let's swing over to No Way Home. This movie's ending is a master stroke in balancing spectacle with heart. After the multiverse chaos, Peter makes the ultimate sacrifice, erasing himself from the lives of everyone he loves. But this sacrifice happens in stages. First, he gives up his love for MJ, not because he doesn't want to be with her, but because he knows that keeping her close puts her in danger. Then he takes it even further, allowing everyone in his life to forget him entirely. Not just to protect them, but because he understands that the weight of being Spider-Man extends beyond his personal world. And that's what makes this final act so powerful. By choosing to step into the unknown alone, Peter isn't just protecting the people he loves, he's embracing a deeper responsibility. He's no longer the kid who relied on others. He's become the Spider-Man the city needs. The final scene, where Peter moves into a tiny apartment and sews his own suit, isn't just a reset, it's a statement. It strips away the high-tech gadgets, the Avengers, and the safety net of his past, leaving us with the core of who Spider-Man truly is. A hero driven by sacrifice, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to do what's right. And let's not forget the subtle storytelling in these endings. In No Way Home, Peter walking into the coffee shop to see MJ isn't just a scene, it's a gut punch. He's right there, so close to the life he wants, but chooses to walk away to protect her. This kind of bittersweet resolution is what separates good endings from great ones. It's not about giving you what you want, it's about giving the story what it needs. Both Spider-Man and No Way Home teach us that a perfect ending doesn't just conclude, it evolves the character. Tobey's Peter grows into the responsibility of being Spider-Man, while Tom's Peter transforms into the hero he was always meant to be. But here's the thing, endings aren't just about the hero, they're about you. A great ending leaves you with something to think about, something to feel, and most importantly, something to remember. So what's the secret ingredient to crafting an unforgettable ending? In a moment, we'll break down the key pointers that make these scenarios a work of art, and show you how to apply them to your own stories. And if you're enjoying this journey through Spider-Man's storytelling brilliance, why not embody the spirit of a hero yourself? The superhero compression shirt is perfect for channeling that iconic energy, whether you're working out or just embracing your inner Spidey. You'll find the link for this muscle-enhancing shirt in the description below. So, what's the true purpose of an ending? It's not just to wrap up the plot, it's to leave you with a feeling that's hard to shake off. A great ending remains in your mind, replaying in your mind long after the credits roll. And that's exactly what Spider-Man's finales achieve. Let's start with resolution. Both Tobey and Tom's Spider-Men end their stories with a sense of completion, but not necessarily closure. Tobey's Peter sacrifices his happiness with MJ to embrace his role as a hero. Tom's Peter erases his identity to protect his loved ones. These choices aren't easy, but they're what make the endings resonate. Great endings don't always give us everything we want. They give us what the story needs. By leaving room for reflection and growth, these finales feel real, raw, and deeply human. Next, there's legacy. A story's ending defines how it's remembered, and Spider-Man's finales remind us why he's one of the most iconic heroes of all time. It's not just about his victories. It's about his sacrifices, his resilience, and his unwavering commitment to do what's right.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And let's talk about emotion. A good ending doesn't just tie up the story, it pulls at your heartstrings. Tobey's Spider-Man swings into the sunset, leaving us with hope and bittersweet determination. Tom's Peter sews his own suit and starts fresh, showing us the grit and heart of a true hero. But here's the key. A great ending is more than a goodbye. It invites us to reflect on the journey. Whether it's the joy of watching Tobey's Peter discover his purpose, or the heartbreak of seeing Tom's Peter stand alone, these moments remind us why we fell in love with Spider-Man in the first place. And that brings us to you. What's your favorite Spider-Man ending? Let us know in the comments, because the best stories aren't just experienced, they're shared. This journey doesn't end here. Remember, The best endings don't just close the story, they create ground for what comes next. What comes next in this great story series is the exciting How to Write Iconic Lines episode. Click here to discover how iconic lines define these epic Spider-Man stories.